Oh yes, we're doing that podcast thingy. Okay, right, I'm Jan.
I'm Sharon.
And we're menopausal friends living here in France, and we plan to share with you our lives,
Loves.
and laughter, as the saying goes.
There's always lots of that.
We'll be discussing many subjects and also just being us. Enjoy!
Woohoo!
Right, welcome to this week's podcast.
Hello, everybody.
You sound like you're on the drink. You're a drink, but not the alcohol.
No alcohol, my holes, past my lips.
No alcohol. Okay, usual. How's your week been? What you been up to? Look, a newsreader.
I can't help yourself. When you've got papers in front of you, you have to go like a newsreader, don't you?
Yeah.
What have I been up to? Oh, because we did one Tuesday. I'd already talked about Callum and Daisy being over, hadn't I? So I've been a bit of a sloth for the rest of the week. I haven't really done much.
No, again, the weather's not helped, has it? But
It's funny, I was listening...
and you weren't well.
Here she goes again. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and on there they both said, I'm so tired. So I definitely think it's...
a
winter
thing.
A winter
isn't
thing.
it?
Yes, I've been a bit slothy. And then yesterday? Was it yesterday?
What was yesterday?
Well, night before, wasn't it? Wednesday night. I suddenly
Oh yes,
had
Wednesday
an evacuation.
Night. Yeah.
Of stupendous,
Yes,
Speed.
evacuation of the rear end. Yes.
which wasn't very nice, and made me feel whoop, and continued in the night.
And
so
you're
I
still
did-
baffled what caused it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a bit weird, isn't it?
I mean, I
Didn't have anything to eat when we was out. And
Oh, I forgot we went to Pre on Pie, didn't we?
yeah, but we didn't go anywhere for you to have caught anything, did we? Or see anybody? Or
No.
So that was a bit weird.
Can't remember what I ate that night. Not much.
So you end up missing French again, I've just realised. Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I hate that because I'll go and I'll feel all behind. It knocks your confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So no, we missed first
The creaky chair again.
first chair fit back as well.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because I've been really looking forward to that.
No, I've just saying to Sharon, I'd sort of remembered a dream this time, sort of get in first before I forget it again, that I decided last night to put on this bloke who talks you to sleep, really.
When you
with
say put on this bloke.
Yeah. Well, he was on YouTube and I put him on. Am I saying that wrong? I played him, that's even worse.
I was in bed with this bloke last night. Dog was in the next room.
He sort of talks you to sleep and he sort of tells little stories, but they're not really stories that you need to follow. It's sort of talking you through, like saying you were going down to the beach and you can feel the sand in your toes and you can then the water, and it was just so soothing. His voice.
Yeah.
Was
What's
just,
that one Fee used to listen to?
I
Rainy
remember her saying something like
Antiques.
That's it.
Where you used to hear the rain and you'd go in the antique shop.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have now, but they never got to the end. They never knew what was at the end
Funny,
of it.
innit?
He was always asleep before he'd finished. Yeah.
But I'd just decided I'd listen to this because I'd go through every night trying to find something that I'm sort of in the mood for, because sometimes what I put on noises or music can be irritating. But I thought, no, I'll give this a go. And it's about 8 hours worth of little stories. And so, because I didn't sleep solidly, but when I did sleep, I had such a nice sleep. I was just cosy in bed last night. It was lovely. But I didn't sleep well because I had my blood test this morning because I'd had to cancel the last one. So
I'd forgotten about that. Sorry.
yeah, I had to change it. But so I had to be up at 7:45, which is very early for me.
Very early for anyone.
But anyway, part of while this man got me off to sleep, I had a bit of a weird dream while I was in a house and people were caring for me. It was in that sort of mode. And then this young boy got in bed with me from behind and spooned me. And I went, "What are you doing?" And that's the last thing I remember in the dream. That was it.
But that's really nice to have a dream in which you feel snugly and cared for.
I know, yeah.
Mine are always bloody anxious dreams. I don't have anything else. I never have a dream when everything's going all right. I was saying to Jan just now, I had a dream where Well, it was quite complicated, but one of the main things was I was going to school, even though I was an adult with 3 children, and I was going to sit my A-levels, but I hadn't turned up for my O-levels, but no one had noticed. So I was going to have to confess. Presumably, logically, you can do your A-levels if you've never done O-levels. But in my mind, I thought I couldn't take them.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Exactly.
But
And,
it's not even important.
It
right
isn't
now.
important, but the person I was going to report this to and sort of confess was the headmistress of my children's primary school.
Right. That was a real confession, wasn't
Yes,
it, really?
Miss Flaherty, if you're listening.
Flaherty.
It was nice because kids used to call her Miss Flapperty. Which was quite sweet because they didn't understand the Flaherty. But yeah, so another weird one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm glad you had a snuggle one though.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
guys, I
nice.
just had a moment's lapse of actually remembering.
Yes, perhaps that's what we need to set you an early alarm.
No thanks. No thanks.
To get off for a blood test every morning,
Uh,
and then you'll remember them.
yeah. I forgot what it was about now. What was we talking about?
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, we went
well,
through
it
the
wasn't
cards.
Tuesday. Well, we recorded it Tuesday. That's right. We did like the questionnaire one. Hope you enjoyed those. But we did talk for so long. I might even get 3 videos out of that.
Really?
So I've got one done, and then I'll just slot the others in here and there. I want to do it week after week.
No.
So but the next one will be, well, it's obviously this one because you're listening to it. But this week we're doing idioms because we've been told in our French lessons about French idioms. And I have to say, I have to confess, and I still haven't looked it up, what exactly an idiom is. When Carol, the French teacher, said about idioms, I went, what?
Right, bear with.
So then it made me on down the road of trying to learn what English ones were as well. So we've got a list here, and what I've done, I've got a French idiom, its literal translation, which can be quite amusing, and then what it actually means. So what's an idiom,
An
Sharon?
idiom is a group of words established by usage having a meaning not deducible from those individual words. So you're putting a group of words together which only makes sense when those words are together.
Right, okay. It sounds weird, even that, doesn't it?
It does. So the example they give here is over the moon. I'm over the moon. So it's not literal, is it? You're not saying, I've been up in a spaceship.
No.
You're saying, over the moon in English means I'm really happy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Idioms are phrases which cannot be understood simply by looking at the meaning of the individual words.
Oh, right, okay.
So there you go.
Sometimes I think, no, forget that. I can't explain myself, so I won't bother with that
No,
bit.
go on.
No, I was just going to say, I can't think, if we're using them, we've obviously over time learnt their meanings behind them. Or do we just learn them as a thing to say? I don't know. It's complicated.
I think sometimes we copy them from our parents, don't we? Because some of them we've just picked up, haven't we? And sometimes there's a logic to them, so you can look at that and think, I think I knew where that came from. But other times, never.
But also, I think we use them almost as just a normal language and don't realise we're saying it a lot of the time.
Yes.
I mean, because we say them, and there's a lot of them have maybe got lost from our generation because, like, your children don't even know what you're talking about when you use them, does she? She made a list, didn't she, your daughter?
My youngest, Isla, made a list of things that she called weird sayings in her phone.
Yeah.
And it was basically phrases I used to use that she thought I'd made up and no one else used.
Yeah, exactly.
And quite a few of them were idioms.
Yeah.
And she said, Mum, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because,
Well, there is hundreds of them. We're not going to cover them all today. And our French isn't perfect by any means,
Nope.
but we'll try and pronounce them as best we can. Some of the idioms are similar to English ones. In fact, on screen I have got some English ones, but if we've got time I might touch on. Otherwise that might be another time, because we're thinking of doing a podcast about Cockney rhyming slang.
oh, blimey, love.
Yeah. So we might be able to tag it in with that. But
yeah,
we'll see how we go.
I am half Cockney.
Half Cockney, are you?
Yes, I am. My dad was a pure Cockney.
Ah, right.
So
He wasn't a pearly king, was he?
he wasn't a pearly king
Oh.
or queen, but he was born within the sight of Bow Bells.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't imagine us using these much in life, the French ones especially, is what I'm saying. If we're in French, we're never going to suddenly think, "I'll just throw that idiom in there," because we're not going to remember them, are we? But you never know.
No, but again, it's one of those things about learning a language, which is hard enough, especially at our age, to learn another language. But then to know jokes and idioms in another language is a whole other level.
Yeah, I mean, we might, I suppose, if there are English ones and we've found out the French ones, it might stick in our mind more because we think, oh, we made an effort to learn that one because it's an English one. So, anyway, I'll start with one. We'll take it in turns, Sharon. Avoir un poil dans la main. And basically it says to have a hair in the hand.
To have a hair in
To
the
have a
hand.
hair in the hand. Now, apparently it is to be extremely lazy.
Well, that makes no sense at all.
The only thing I can think of with that is that if you've got hairs on your hand, they've not been worn away, which means you're lazy.
So is it like a rolling stone gathers no moss?
No, you've lost me there. I suppose it's similar, isn't it, when you think about it? But that's all I can get from that. That's what that means.
That's a very weird one.
It is, isn't it?
Got appeler un chat. So it's to call a cat a cat. Now, the nearest, I suppose, in English is to call a spade a spade. So it's to say exactly what one means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that's when you want for speaking your mind.
Speaking your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I've got se payer la tête, to pay oneself the head. Weird.
That is weird.
It's
Have I got the straightforward ones and you've already
don't
got
know.
the really weird ones?
to make fun of someone or to play a prank on them.
Oh, to play a prank.
To pay oneself the head.
That obviously
Wonder
doesn't.
where that come from. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't work in translation, does
No,
it?
it doesn't.
That is very strange. This one I'd actually heard of. We've probably got this from Carol, our French teacher. Avoir un chat dans la gorge, which is to have a cat in the throat.
That's quite some feat, isn't it, actually?
It is. I wonder if it's a kind of fur thing.
I think it is. You just reminded me, Carol
Like a
said
furball.
that. Yeah, but why they just say cat and not furball, I don't know.
Yeah. But in English, we say have you got a frog in your throat? Which I have today.
Yeah, I very often have.
Yeah, so it's to have throat congestion or a cough. But how we've got a frog and they've got a cat.
Yeah, where did that come
Be
from?
interesting to see if other languages have one or other.
Avoir la tête dans le nuage. I have the head in the clouds.
Oh, that's a
So it's
straightforward
quite
translation,
straightforward, yeah.
isn't it?
So to have your head in the clouds, to be a dreamer, and to be unrealistic.
Yes.
I never thought of it like that before, but yeah,
Yes.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah, because the opposite is to have your head in the clouds or have your feet on the ground, isn't it? They've always got their feet on the ground.
Yeah, see,
They're
that- I
very
don't think-
sensible, aren't
That's
they?
see, that one's not in here, but then that might come up in our English one.
Quand le chat n'est pas là, les souris dansent. So when the cat isn't here, the mice dance. And again, we have that one in English.
Yeah,
when the
not
cat's
quite the
away,
same
the
wording,
mice
but-
will play.
Yeah, the cat's away, the mice will play.
Back in supervision, some will take advantage of the situation. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you would say if your boss was out of the office for the day.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
always, isn't it? Yeah. We all nip down the pub. S'arracher per cheveux, to tear out one's hair.
Oh, right.
Again, we've got
yes.
similar to that.
Yes.
To tear your hair out, to be frustrated or trying to figure out what to do, not finding a solution.
Yes. I suppose there's some logic to that, isn't it? Because you do go, "Rrr," I'm
Yeah.
grabbing my hair and
Yeah, pulling it out, yeah.
tearing your hair out. Donner sa langue au chat, to give one's tongue to the cat. There's a lot of cats involved in
There
French
does seem to be
idioms,
so
isn't
far.
it?
There does seem to be.
To be out of ideas, to stop guessing when you have no ideas left. Why would you give your tongue to the cat? Oh, we say, "Has the cat got your tongue?"
Ah.
But it's not about having no
Yes,
ideas,
but no,
is
I
it?
think there's another one that actually says that,
Yeah.
if I remember right. Yeah.
If you say to a child who, "Well, has the cat got your tongue?" because you've said to them like, "What have you done?" and they've not answered you.
they won't own up. Yeah.
So it's slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps we have cat ones as well. Don't realise.
This is it. That's what I say. It's just
They're all
normal
cats.
language now,
I've
isn't
got
it?
another cat. Go on, carry on. I've got another cat.
Perd la boule, to lose the ball, which it says is to lose your marbles, lose your mind, or lose your head and become irrational.
Yeah, we do say I've lost my marbles, don't we?
That's us most of the time.
Yes, we have lost our marbles.
Yes.
But there's another one that's quite similar, isn't there? When you avoir d'autres chats à fouetter, to have other cats to whip. Which,
Weird, isn't it?
yeah,
That's
to
what I
have,
say. That's the literal translation.
yeah, to have bigger fish to fry, to have more important things to do. Yes.
Because that, again, that's the English one, isn't it? The
Bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish to fry. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Their
it's about
version is about whipping cats.
and yeah, I've got more important things in my life than you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know why they're whipping other cats.
The French don't seem to like cats so far, do they?
No.
Tomber dans la pomme.
Oh right, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, to fall in the apples, basically, to faint or pass out.
Yeah.
Now, why would they be falling in the apples? Why haven't they just fallen on the floor? It's a strange one, isn't it?
I don't know. Again, it might have come from a time when people did a lot of falling into apples.
Yeah, maybe they were up apple trees picking apples and it got hot and they fell down.
Yeah. Yeah. Je reste ici. Il pleut dehors. I'm staying here. It's raining cats and dogs. I'm not going out. It's raining really hard. I mean, we say it's raining cats and dogs, don't we?
Yeah, but I might have translated that wrong, actually.
Il pleut dehors.
Yeah, no, plus de corps is rods, isn't it? It's raining.
Oh, like stair rods.
Yeah, I've put that on wrong. So it's like stair rods, right? Or rods.
Yes,
rather
it's
than
raining
cats and
rods.
dogs. That's how I translated it. Before
Yes.
doing literal translation.
It's raining rods.
It's raining rods.
I mean,
No, words, it's raining heavy.
Yeah, I've heard people say it's raining stair rods.
Oh, have you?
In the UK, yeah.
That's obviously when you get that diagonal rain, isn't it? I suppose.
No, the stair rods were you've got stair rods on your stair,
Yeah.
haven't you? So it's just long and thin, and it.
Basically, it's heavy rain.
It's heavy rain. It makes more sense than cats and dogs. Who
it
thought?
does.
Who thought of that one?
Exactly. Avoir la banane.
Oh,
Apparently, there's a casual phrase to have the banana, to be in a good mood, and to have a big smile.
I suppose a banana.
Yes, it could be the shape of the
The
banana.
shape of the banana could be.
I didn't think of that when I was
Yeah.
typing these up.
But there's also a song, isn't there, where he goes, "Have a banana."
There is. Do you think that's what that's about?
I've no idea. What's the song? It's going in a road in London. What is it?
I don't know. It's some sort of Cockney song, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Let's all go down the Strand.
That's it.
Have a banana.
Weird. Eh?
Very weird.
Okay, what you got next?
I've got avoir la tête sur l'épaule. Sur les épaules. Yeah. To have one's head on their shoulders. Oh, right. To have a good head on your shoulders, to be balanced and realistic. To have common sense. I think we would have said he's got a good head on his shoulders for
Possibly,
that.
yeah.
Avoir la tête sur les épaules.
Être bon point. That's another casual pejorative. Have you heard of that? I don't know what a pejorative.
I do know the word pejorative. I'm not very good at translating words, I know. Pejorative. Oh, in expressing contempt or disapproval. So you'd say something was a pejorative term.
Oh, right. So, well, this is saying it as to be a good pair, to be gullible or easily swayed by others, and to be a pushover.
Yeah, so they're being a bit rude about them, aren't they? It's being a bit dismissive of them. To be a good pair, as in the fruit, we're saying.
Yeah.
To be a good,
Yeah.
to be a good pair. Avant la classe ou après, c'est bonnet blanc et blanc bonnet. Okay. Before the class or after, it is cap white and white cap.
Bizarre, isn't it?
It is. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, which is
Yeah. So we're just saying either way, it's
the same. Yeah. Okay.
C'est la cerise sur le gâteau. It's the cherry on the cake.
Oh, that's quite
So
literal.
it's the cherry on the top, it's the icing on the cake, it's the final detail to finish something in a satisfactory way.
Yes.
That's definitely one we're using
Yes. the
English as
cherry
well.
on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elle s'est mise sur son 31 pour assister au concert. She's putting on her 31 for attending the concert. Well, that
Weird.
makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, dressed up to the nines.
Yeah.
Well,
But what's 31 got to do with
well,
it?
what's nines got to do with it?
Either way, yeah. I'm saying what's 31 got to do with it, because we would say dressed up to the nines, wouldn't we?
Yeah, so, but the nines makes no sense either, does
It
it?
doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
I wonder what the 31
There must be
is.
a story behind that as well.
Yes.
Compter pour des prunes, to count for plums. To be
count.
worthless, to not be important.
Okay. I mean, we would
Are they
say,
saying you don't count, if counting plums isn't important? I don't know.
but we would say, oh, I get paid peanuts if we're on a really low salary, would we? So is it the same as that? Count for plums?
No idea. Not quite sure about that one. That's what it means.
I always thought works for peanuts was a bit like a pejorative term, actually. Like it's a monkey, like that's how you'd reward a monkey.
Yeah.
So you're,
Yeah.
you know, you're at that level, just a performing monkey.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know. Je n'ai rien à faire demain. Je vais faire la grasse matinée.
I think you couldn't do a literal on that one.
No.
Whenever you put it in, it came up with the
I
right
don't
one.
seem to have anything to do tomorrow. I'm going to sleep in.
I think it's something to do with you're just sitting around getting fat. The grass is fat, isn't it?
Oh, I thought grass was fat.
Oh,
Hang on, let's put grass in.
oh, grass. I'm thinking about grass as in literal fat. Grass is being big, isn't it?
Grass comes up as oily. I'm going to have an oily matinee.
Well, you need to learn this one. See, so if anybody in French wants you to get out early, just
I'm going to say, je vais faire la grasse matinée.
Être mi figue, mi raisin. To be half fig and half grape. To have its pros and cons. To be both good and bad, and to be contradictory in some way.
Is that like our two sides? What do we say?
We say? For pros and cons, what would we say?
Both sides of a coin? Do we say both sides of a coin? Or
No, I
two
think that
sides
isn't
to a
it's
coin?
both sides of the coin, isn't it? Saying, no, hang on, I had it in mind what I thought it was then. Two sides of a coin. It means the same either way.
Yeah, it's that sort of saying, isn't it?
This is it's to have its
pros
pros,
and cons. Oh, so it's the opposite, actually, isn't it? To have its pros and cons.
Yeah, but what the hell has it got to do with being half a fig and half a grape?
Well, I suppose why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Luc ne vient pas. Il m'a dit qu'il n'est pas dans son assiette aujourd'hui. Luke isn't coming. He told me he's not in his plate today. Why is Luke not in his plate? So not in his plate means he's a little out of sorts.
Yeah, so the whole thing, the whole phrase is what it's...
Yeah. I can't think of an English equivalent. I thought it was going to be he's got a lot on his plate.
That's probably. I think you're probably right. That's probably what it does mean. It's just the way as I say, it's a literal translation. Doesn't usually make any sense. It's just the way they say it.
Oh, he's a little out of sorts.
He's not coming out because he's basically don't want to.
He's not in
feeling
his
like
plate.
it. No, he's not on his plate. Occupez-toi de les onions. Take care of the onions.
Okay.
Mind your business. Don't need your help.
All right. You just take care of your own onions. Don't get involved
Exactly.
in my life.
Yeah, leave my onions alone. Sort your own out. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an English
Basically, mind your own
equivalent.
business, like I said. Yeah.
Yeah. We say no, he knows his onions. Don't we?
Yeah, that's a different phrase, isn't it?
That means he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quand on parle de loup, on voit la queue. When we talk about the wolf, we see their tail. Speak of the devil. Oh, right, okay. This is used when you are talking about someone and then they appear. When we talk about the wolf, we see their tail. So
Yeah,
that does make sense, doesn't
we
it?
say speak of the devil, don't we?
Yeah, as if they've just turned up.
Hope your listeners are enjoying our perfect French.
I like the word queue
Yeah.
because in French it means tail,
Yeah.
but you can see that a queue
Obviously a queue, yeah, it's
is
the
a
same.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Je ne t'ai pas invité à mettre ton grain de sel.
A grain of salt.
Yeah. I did not invite you to add your grain of salt.
Oh, right.
In other words, I didn't invite you or ask you to put in your 2 cents.
Yeah.
Again,
Add your 2 cents. Yeah.
keep out of it. Or
Yeah.
I don't want you to don't want you to speak up, I suppose, isn't it? That sort of thing.
Does that make sense, doesn't it?
Mm,
Yeah, because we would say, I don't want you to put your 2 penneth in.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Con un éléphant dans un magasin de porcelain. Like an elephant in a china shop. Well, we say like a bull in a china shop,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah.
So someone very clumsy or awkward and makes a mess without meaning to. Yeah. So that's very similar to what we would use in English, isn't
Yeah.
it? An elephant in a china shop. Magasin de porcelain. I like that. Yeah.
Je veux bien sortir, mais j'ai du pain sur la planche ce soir. I want to go out, but I have some bread on my plank tonight. That's the literal, but it means I want to go out, but I have a lot on my plate tonight.
Oh, we were just talking about a lot on
I
my
have
plate.
a lot to do tonight.
Yes.
So
Yes, a
instead
lot
of
on my
saying
plate.
assiette, they say plank, which is a bit weird.
Is a planker like your...
Tray, I think, doesn't it come up as a tray? Is it a tray as well, planche? Maybe it's a lot on a tray.
Spell it for me, Jan.
Planche.
And it comes up as plank.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I did the literal on that. But there you go.
I wonder if it just means like your breadboard.
Oh, plateau is tray. Just remembered it.
But is that the board?
It might mean the bread. Yeah, the bread board.
I've
Yeah.
got my bread's on my board.
Yeah.
Got a lot of bread on my board
Yeah.
tonight, so I'm not
But
coming out.
again, as I say, it's literal. So
Ah, c'est le serpent qui se mord la queue. So it's the slake? It's not a slake.
no, it's not a slake.
It's the snake that bites its own tail. So it's a vicious circle, series of problems that causes its own continuation. That makes sense, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Snake that bites its own tail.
So what would
Vicious circle, we would say.
Yeah, just vicious
Yeah.
circle. Yeah.
Arrgh.
Yeah.
That used to be a bit of a joke for a while, didn't it? What's this? It's a vicious circle.
Sharon's actually drawing a circle with a finger there,
Yeah.
by the way, in case you wonder what's going on.
Makes no sense on a podcast.
Mon grand-père a toujours gagné son pain à la sueur de son front comme agriculteur.
Oh, that's long.
My grandfather has always earned his bread by the sweat of his brow as a farmer.
Okay.
Now that, to me, what they said, and I did add my bit, was my grandfather has always earned his living by the sweat of his brow as a farmer. So basically, my grandfather has always earned his money like that by saying by blood, sweat and tears, is what we were saying.
So he's a hard-working man, my grandfather.
He is, exactly.
Yeah.
Why they couldn't just say that, I don't know.
Yeah. That is a long one, isn't it?
Exactly. By the time you've said it, people have walked off, I think.
Yes.
Mind you, they probably say it very quickly.
As French too.
Yeah.
Which makes it more difficult for us. Quelle mouche t'a piqué? What fly bit you? So what's gotten into you? What's wrong with you? Yes, I see the logic
So
in
what
that.
fly bit you?
What fly bit you?
Yeah.
What would we say if you're in
What's got your something or other?
a...
isn't
What's
it?
got your goat?
That's it. What's got your goat? There's others though, isn't there? Or
We
what-
say, who pulled your... No, that's different. Who pulled your chain? Because that's like someone interrupting, isn't it? What's got into you? What's got your goat?
Yeah.
What's the goat got to do with it?
Again, it sounds always one of those ones that sounds like there's obviously a story behind it.
I like quelle mouche t'a piqué. That's easy enough for me to say as well. I'm going to start saying that to you.
Okay.
What's got into you, Jang? Quelle mouche t'a piqué?
Mettre des beurre dans les épinards.
Oh,
I've always had trouble with that word
épinard.
actually. To
I
put
like
some
épinard.
butter in your spinach.
That sounds like a good thing.
To earn a little extra money to improve one's financial situation.
Oh, right. So butter would be the icing on the cake. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're earning a little on... Is it on the side?
So if you're earning a bit of extra money, you can add that butter to your spinach.
Yes, yeah.
Rather than just have the spinach as it is, I suppose. That's what
Okay.
yeah.
What would we say? I mean, you talk about... you normally... I can't stop saying pejorative now. Pejorative term against women is to say, oh, she only earns pin money. That's just her pin money. So it suggests it's not like a full wage. It's just a bit on the
that
side.
is a female
Yes,
phrase, isn't it? I
yes.
was thinking that is for everybody, but it's not, is it really?
I don't think you hear...
What's
So-
pin money though?
I don't know, money to be able to do a bit of sewing.
Could be.
It's
isn't
never
it?
said as a positive thing, is it, really? It's a bit sexist, isn't it?
It is, but then I might use it if I was doing something on the side, if you like, for a bit of pin money.
Yes.
But I probably wouldn't call it necessarily. I mean, that's the phrase I would use it in, not necessarily derogatory to me, just as a little bit of extra money.
Yes, yeah, a little bit of extra.
But there's another phrase for that, though, isn't there? I don't know what it can be now. I can't think.
Long comme un jour sans pain. Long as a day without bread. So that suggests a very long day. As long as a month of Sundays, seemingly unending. You wouldn't have thought as long as a month of Sundays. See, that's a good thing to me. That's your weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as a month of Mondays would be really hard work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Where long as a day without bread suggests it's not a pleasant experience.
Pas aller de main morte. Don't go easy on dead hand. Basically, don't go easy on yourself. Now, what's that got to do with a dead hand?
Don't go easy on yourself. I don't know.
Don't go easy on yourself. It's basically push yourself a bit more, isn't it, really?
No, it's the opposite, isn't it? Oh, don't go easy on yourself.
Yeah.
So push yourself a bit harder.
Yeah.
I don't get the dead
But
hand.
I don't know what the dead hand's got to do with it.
No. Rouler dans la farine is to roll in flour, which means to get scammed. To roll in flour.
I don't.
Don't get the connection.
Again, it's got to be a story behind it.
We say he pulled the wool over my eyes, which I always imagine a woolly hat
Yeah.
being pulled over my eyes, so I can't see.
And so you didn't see it coming.
Yes.
But I don't understand any sort of relevance like that with flour.
Are you covering up? Are you covering something up in flour? If you roll it in flour?
Could be, couldn't it?
Interesting.
Listeners, you didn't know you were going to be so educated today, did you? Se serrer la ceinture. To tighten the belt. To tighten one's belt. To spend less.
Oh, right. Yes, we definitely use that in the same way, don't we?
Yeah.
L'habit ne fait pas le moine. This outfit does not make the monk. Okay. Don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, the clothes do not maketh the man. Yes.
You can't put that on a monk because they wouldn't wear that. Is that what
I
they're
think
saying?
it's more like just because he's got a monk's outfit on doesn't make him a monk. There's more.
Yes.
There's more to a monk than his outfit.
Yes.
Don't judge a book by its cover, which of course we all do. I do.
Prendre ses jambes à son cou. Take your legs on his neck.
Aye, aye. You're going to tell me it's not sexual.
But it says, run for your life, take to your heels.
Hang on a minute. Why would you be taking to your heels?
Well, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere if your legs are around his neck.
Take your legs on his neck. That would slow you down.
I know. Oh, dear.
That is weird. Okay. Faire un foie de canard. Canard. To make cold duck. Cold weather. It's really cold outside.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a duck and it was cold, you would be making a cold duck.
You would, yeah.
I can't think of any. Yeah. Faire un foie de canard.
La goutte d'eau qui fait déborder la vase. The water drop breaks the mud. And it's basically the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Okay, I can see some logic to that.
Actually, we're thinking about, the drop of water wouldn't break the mud and the straw wouldn't break the camel's back. So either way, I don't really understand the logic.
It's
the final thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we say the last straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you load up the camel and load it up with all your goods and it takes the weight.
Yes.
And then the one little straw, is what takes him down.
You see that in cartoons, don't you?
Yes.
Where they have a pile of something and then they'll just drop this one little thing on the top and it all collapses.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the little thing after a load
that finishes it off.
Finishes it off. So what
Yeah.
was the French one again? The
Le
water
goutte
drops.
d'eau qui fait déborder la vase. The water drop that breaks the mud.
Yes.
So I suppose it's got so much water in it, just that one little drop, and it's just just finished.
Oh, right, like that. Yeux, I can't say les yeux without the les in front. Yeux de malin frite, which is the eyes of fried whiting, begging puppy dog eyes, doe-eyed look. Well, I can see that a puppy's eyes and a doe's eyes are quite sort of sweet and like, begging. I don't feel the same about fried whiting.
No.
That's just the eyes of a small dead fish.
Yeah.
That would not have the same effect on me.
Maybe it's getting it, because obviously fried whiting, it's just those little they're fried whole, aren't they? And those little eyes look at you, and maybe it makes you feel guilty. Maybe it's getting at that.
Perhaps it's the guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they do, doe eyes, and dogs giving you the doe eyes or giving you the eyes, it makes you feel guilty. So I think that's, yeah.
Right.
Avoir le cafard, to have a cockroach. Basically, feel blue or depressed.
I would be depressed if I had a cockroach. I hate cockroaches. Was it? I can't see it. Where's
Avoir le cafard.
cafard? No, can't see that.
Mm.
Was it Churchill that used to call depression a black dog?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more logic in that than a cockroach, isn't it?
But even that.
What, a black dog?
Yeah. Why does that suggest depression?
Lots of people talk about having a black cloud over their heads or feeling like being in a black tunnel.
Yeah, to a point, I can understand that more, because a black cloud means rain, it's depressing, but
yeah, black dog.
yeah, I don't know about black dog.
Don't know
Unless
about
a black
cockroach.
dog refers to something else.
Yeah. Who can tell? He was bonkers anyway. Avoir un ursin dans le portefeuille. Portefeuille. How do you say that one? Portefeuille.
Portefeuille.
Portefeuille. Avoir un ursin dans le portefeuille, which is to have a sea urchin in your wallet.
As you do.
Someone is stingy, tight, cheapskate. Cheapskate's interesting, isn't it? Expression, but
why a sea urchin in your wallet makes you... There's obviously something about sea urchins,
they're
isn't there?
spiky, aren't they? So if you put your hand in...
Ah, yes, of course they are. I'm thinking of something nice and smooth. Yeah, of course they are.
So is it about not putting your hand
You can't,
in? Can't get his hand in his wallet.
because of the sea urchin. Yeah.
Interesting. Because I always wonder about the word tight for being stingy.
Mm.
And I always wondered whether it came from when people used to carry their monies in those little bags, pouches pulled up.
Yeah, because they did have little drawstring pouches, didn't they?
Drawstring pouches. So is it when your strings are tight, so you can't get your fingers in?
I reckon so.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Avoir le cœur sur la main, to have the heart on the hand. Oh, let's miss the T off. To have the heart on the hand, to wear your heart on your sleeve.
Yes, yeah. So that's very similar.
They've just basically, they've got it on their hand and we have it on our sleeve.
Yes, yeah. To wear your heart on your sleeve is to show your emotions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vendre le peu de l'or, ça font de l'avoir tué. Sell the bear's skin before killing it, which is the same as count your chickens before they've hatched, which makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, you wouldn't sell the bear's skin if the bear was still in it, would you? You'd kill the bear first.
No, exactly.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yep. Chercher midi à 14 heures. Pick up noon to 2 p.m. Basically, to make something difficult.
Is that to do with French lunch?
Well, yeah. So it's because it's French lunchtime. If you arrange something in that time, basically you're making it difficult.
Well, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. You're
That's not just
disturbing lunch.
That's not an idiom. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. So if you say to someone, throw that at them and just say, "No, you're being difficult."
Yeah.
It's quite a good one.
Oh, good. Ne pas faire d'omelette sans casser des œufs, which is you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, which we would say.
Yep.
So no pain, no gain.
Exactly.
You've
You've got to do it, and that's all there is to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a straight translation, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Filer à l'anglaise. Back to that one again. Spin the English. Basically, to sneak out, which is what we were saying earlier on. So it's
right. Okay.
Just a short version of what we were saying before.
Yeah. So to sneak out.
Yeah, be interesting again, as I say, to speak to Leon and Natalie and ask them if they ever use that one.
Yeah. Doing in English.
Yeah.
I finished.
Right. Well, for some reason I got some. Se faire largeur, to become broad.
Become broad.
And to be dumped.
Oh, to become broad.
Well, that means you're getting... No, because... Or I suppose... Maybe it means you've got to be a broad shoulders. You're being dumped, just get on with it. I don't know. That's all I can think of.
I mean, we do say, being broad-shouldered.
It means putting up with something, and you take it. So that's
Yeah.
probably what it's getting at. But
Yeah. It's not
that's our current idioms. We may stop there or we may carry on, but we've got a few more things to look at, so it's probably been long enough. Maybe we'll do the next bit in another video, another podcast, do you think?
That was interesting, actually.
It was interesting. We're going to go and have some lunch.
Just our guesswork. Yes, lunchtime.
Bye.